Let's go.
Let's go.
My two favorite guys. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, Alan, what's up? Alan just popped up out of nowhere.
That looks bigger, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Oh yeah? Let's go. I've been training. I've been training weighted pull-ups, trying to get stronger.
Wait, how much weighted pull-ups can you do? Because I've been training that too.
I haven't tested a 1 rep max, but I'll do like 2 plates for like 4 or 5 reps, somewhere there.
Whoa, 45s.
45s, yeah.
I'm doing that 135 for like 7.
Oh,
135. No, not 135.
oh,
135.
135. Gotcha. I was like 135. That's crazy. That's
135 pound plate, and that's very tough for me.
He actually feels like 135 on the table.
Mm. I'm curious how much it transfers in strength, like the pulling exercises, or would you say like the technique is most important?
No, the weighted pull-ups are insanely beneficial only if you're doing them like this and you're keeping your elbows inside. And then when you come down, dude, you're in that locked position, and
Mm.
weighted pull-ups like this is perfect. Not like this specifically, not gonna be as beneficial, but still good.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I gotta
So I
start.
barely turned this on record, and I've got my two favorite guys here, and Alan, my super favorite, and then my son over there. He's running Humphrey, the little drone that we're gonna have. But
Oh,
today, okay, I can barely get in a word edgewise already. But we have Gabriel Young. He's already giving me a hard time, and I spelled.
She spelled
French, so make sure
she spelled my first name wrong and she spelled my last name wrong. It's unbelievable. I've never had that happen.
she was texting me like Gabrielle or something. Gabrielle. I was like,
Female way to spell my name.
That's why I wanted Gabe. I like Gabe.
Gabe is simple. I like it too.
Yeah, see, come on, get
Yeah,
over
but it's
that.
too.
No, you got to get over that weirdness thing there. Okay, and then Brandon William, I had Williams S.
Oh, everyone does that. That's like
Okay.
common.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, you're kind. Anyway, we're going to have this short and powerful video right now because I have my two best buds here, up and coming arm wrestlers in the world of arm wrestling and moguls in social media. You guys have it down. Now, back in the day, Alan and I in 1984, Wide World of Sports, we had this big guy with a console on his shoulder for a camera, and he stepped backwards off the stage and down he went, broke his back, and had to stop everything. Alan, don't hang on to the arm wrestling table right now. He's shaking. He's training back there. And they had to stop the whole thing. Alan was shaking with all this energy. Back in the day, we had these little wind-up cameras, and you had to take a picture. But now, social media has changed everything for arm wrestling. So my first question is, how has social media changed arm wrestling, first of all? I mean, you're both now excited about this new sport, and here you are arm wrestling. How has social media changed it for you, for us?
Mm.
You want to take that, Brendan?
Sure, I'll go right ahead. I think it has allowed arm wrestling to reach a wider audience that it would never have reached before. I feel like arm wrestling it was a very small community of people. It's a very small niche. It was until social media came around where people would get to see this competitive back and forth between two strong people. And seeing that competitive aspect is
Sorry, hang on, Brandon. We got somebody in the background here doing a pulling.
He's training with weights when we're trying to record a podcast.
Yeah.
Please make more noise, please.
I didn't know you guys were recording yet.
It's hot, Alan. It's social media.
no worries.
In Spring Valley.
Okay, Brandon, continue.
So yeah, I think people love the competitive aspect of arm wrestling, seeing two people going at it intensely, especially when watching someone like Gabriel who has that fire every time he arm wrestles. He brings the intensity and people love to see that. And so that's what allows arm wrestling to go so viral. And as a result, it reaches such a wide audience of people, like I said before, that would have never come across arm wrestling before. I personally never was interested in arm wrestling, never really thought about it or seen too much of it. In my mind, I just saw it as something that like, oh, people hurt themselves, or like, it's something to not really do. But then the moment sorry.
Gotta love social media.
I know, huh? The moment I started watching more videos, seeing how professionals do it, learning from someone like Alan, the more I realize like how fun this sport really is. And I think people see that fun aspect of it through the videos a lot of the times, just through the editing and through the people that they watch arm wrestling. So yeah, to simplify my answer, it just allows a greater reach, like reaches
Yeah,
people.
and I'm going to be talking about your accomplishments. And you're right, though, there's a shorter attention span now, so we have to edit and crop things down into little sound bites. Now, I want to talk about your accomplishments, Brandon, and also Gabriel. You've started this whole thing with live training and arm wrestling, so I want to get to that too. But Brandon, what started you? You had a YouTube that went viral, right? It just went
Mhm.
crazy with arm wrestling. What started that, and how did that happen?
You know what started it? That man standing right next to you is what started it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, he sent me a direct message on Instagram saying, "Hey, I'm an arm wrestler. I'm a student of Alan Fisher, a world champ." And
Wow, I
I
didn't
saw
know
the
that.
message. I was like, "Whoa, this is a niche I have never touched before, never kind of like experienced." And I was like, "This would be extremely cool just to make a video about and learn about, you know?" Because my channel is all about improving, becoming the best possible version of yourself. And to do that, you have to try different things and experience different things.
Yes.
So with Gabriel creating this opportunity, I was like, yeah, let's do it 100%. And so I think the first video I shot with Alan was training with him for a day, going through his diet, his arm wrestling training. And that did extremely well. I think it's at around like 2 million views right now. And then it was our follow-up video after going to Muscle Beach, Alan, Gabriel, myself. That video was the one that really sparked it. That it's sitting at like 12 million, maybe 13 million views on just YouTube. And then across all platforms, I mean, Gabe's seen it. It's got tens of millions of views. And just,
Crazy.
yeah.
Well,
And
it started actually copycat things, hasn't it? I mean, there's other people doing this
yeah,
hidden arm wrestling challenge on the beach and things, isn't it?
Well, those
ex-
public challenges is not a new concept.
Oh.
I think arm wrestling TV's probably the first one that laid the groundworks with their
Mhm.
schoolboy in New York videos.
Oh, okay.
But the way we had it, and one of the main reasons why I contacted Brandon, for two reasons. The first one is I realized that what Alan and I's relationship have corresponds pretty well in a video, I think. We're pretty, we like to tease, and I think it makes a good video when we're together. And second of all, with Brandon and with arm wrestling, he had a somebody that he knew that he was making videos with called Adam Soph, and I knew Adam, and I actually saw Brandon's videos, and he was working out of my gym, the gym I was going to in the high school, at my high school. And I said, this is a perfect opportunity. I strongly knew that the idea of arm wrestling could go viral, and I tried my hardest to convince Brandon, and Brandon was good enough to say, let's
Wow.
give it a shot. We'll try it, and yeah, I think
Wow.
the results spoke for themselves because we don't have tens of millions of views. We have hundreds of millions of views
Wow.
across all platforms. And
True.
if you're counting the amount of times people have created edits or montages from
Right.
that one video,
Mm.
I mean, the reach has been out of this world,
Well,
honestly.
I want to say also, arm wrestling is pretty mano y mano. It's kind of basic for people to get the girl or get the car or show
Mhm.
yourself strong. But there's so many other ways that arm wrestling reaches people about, like you said, camaraderie, sportsmanship. Now, you've been Gabriel.
It's
I
okay.
want to
It's
say
okay.
you've been like I adopted you, and you've been just from the very beginning. You had so much zeal and zest and heart, and then you had this attitude, and we were able to harness
Mold
that,
it, mold it.
mold it, and
Yeah.
harness that. So you've just got such a, a humble heart, and you've been teachable. And now the latest, you've gone out and done other videos with other people, like they're
What is
asking you.
this, man?
Is that true? I mean, you did. You've gone to
I mean,
social.
humble? You got to be kidding. This
No,
guy does
no.
not admit it. Nothing.
I don't know about humble. I don't know about humble.
Yeah, I mean, you both have really such a great approach to it. So, what have you been able to accomplish? I know the videos are gone viral, but what does that mean for you? What did the two of you in your future? I mean, we're older and we're going, you still have to have a bread and butter job. Now, Brandon, you kind of have created this as your life, your bread and butter. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, for me, in my videos, I have to be strong. I have to be like this built person, taking on challenges, doing crazy things, right? And one great thing about arm wrestling is that it's now a skill I've developed that I can use continuously in future videos. For
Oh, I
example, I did a video recently challenging bodybuilders at Muscle Beach as a nerd. And I dressed up as a nerd, and anyone who could beat me won $100. And so one of the skills that I was able to now challenge people in was arm wrestling because I built the strength, I'm more confident in it, and I can beat people who are much bigger than me pretty like easily. So it's now become like an asset to me where I can use this skill in future videos and create content and entertainment out of it.
That's what
So
I was going to ask for about the future too. Gabriel, what have you still have a different, another job. You're an accomplished banker and financier,
I don't
right?
know about
Yeah,
accomplished. I
yeah.
just started. I just started.
What do you see for arm wrestling for you in the future regarding social media and arm wrestling? I mean, for us, it's a platform.
How do I see arm wrestling in my life, or how do I see
Yeah,
arm wrestling as a sport
either
outside of
one
my life?
in your life.
Well, I'm more invested in the sport's growth than I am in my own
Okay.
in the sport. I would say, like, I'm really invested in seeing more and more people learn about our sport and what makes it so great and so accessible, than actually seeing myself travel to world competitions. And now the video aspect is such a fun and effective way to spread that message. And especially with somebody like Brandon, whose audience consists of a wide generation, like the younger generation, I would say, but it hits a lot of age marks, right? So for Brandon's videos, we could have a 5-year-old enjoy it as a 30-year-old enjoy it. And having that accessibility and broadness in the reach helps grow the sport. Now, what I want to do and what I see myself doing is continuing to create content, hopefully with Brennan, maybe with Alan, and just doing more stuff, trying to grow and expose the sport even more. And at the same time, have fun with my own journey,
Mm-hmm.
train hard, get way better. I think I'm just at the surface of what I can become. But lastly, like you said, like arm wrestling is a hobby that I love doing. I don't ever think it'll be my life 100%. I don't think I could dedict myself to 100% become an arm wrestler. I know a lot of people are, and I know a lot of people spend so much time doing this, and I have a lot of aspiration and I respect them a lot. But personally, it's something that I want to do for a very long time. And I hope to be arm wrestling when I'm 40, 50, 60, taking my kids to tournaments on the weekends, and really be involved in lifestyle while still having a career.
Yeah, now Alan's 67 and we've have over 4 decades of arm wrestling, and that was a way that God just used for us as a platform. We use it as a getaway too for us, and that was kind of unique. And when we became the only husband and wife world champion team, that kind of became a draw for others in arm wrestling. And now Alan continues to arm wrestle, and I've retired, but I still see it as important. People come and go. We were even talking about that, how people have come and go. And the latest thing right now is Greg Sharp, producer, executive director, and arm wrestler, and man of many talents, has put his arm and his money where his mouth is, and he has created the World Series of Arm Wrestling. He's put that on the map, put arm wrestling, kept it on the map. And how are you approaching that? Are you involved with the World Series of Arm Wrestling? There's 4 big tournaments, and then the finals in San Diego. Brandon, do you plan to compete or use it, or how are you going to approach that?
I think there is a big opportunity to create content out of it, whether it be a short or a long form video where I specifically train for that tournament and see how far can I go. As someone who's never actually entered a tournament before, I want to put myself to the test and see how far can I go. So I think I see potential in creating either a short video or a long form video of me training and entering one of those tournaments coming up.
Good. Gabriel?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure as to the dates of all these events. Of course, everybody in the arm wrestling world knows about Greg Sharp's events, and if I am able to assist and it doesn't interfere with school, I'll most definitely been training for it. And yeah, looking
That's
forward to it.
awesome. And another area of
Don't worry, Brandon. He's not your weight class.
No, good. Yeah,
You would
trust
kill me
me.
right now. You would kill me.
Yeah, okay.
I know you got to go, Brandon, soon, but I want to thank you for being on the call with us. Is there anything else you wanted to add about
Hmm.
arm wrestling, social media, and what's in the future?
I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger every single week, month, year. I
Yeah.
think the growth is exponential, and any arm wrestler who's coming up right now should definitely take advantage of social media. create their accounts, create content about arm wrestling because it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
Okay, now last thing, you guys can have this last 30 seconds to share what your websites are. Alan, what's the website for Greg, Gabriel, and Brandon? Go for it.
Alan, do you want to go first?
No.
No? Okay, I'll go first then. Just my YouTube channel is just Brandon William. You search up Brandon William on YouTube, you'll find it. It's the same thing on every other social platform, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. So that's it for me.
Okay, Gabriel?
Gabriel Young, TikTok, YouTube.
Alan, what's the website for Greg?
World Series of Arm Wrestling, because that's the new platform.
Yes, thank you, Greg Sharp, for creating this, and thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Alan, Austin, and Brandon for a great video. I'm gonna turn this off now.
Thanks, Brandon.
Bye, Brandon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
See you soon.